It's always been my dream to have my own studio. In my professional development, I've read parts of a book called Stretch. The authors are Carrie Willard and Barbara Mistick. What I've taken away from this reading is that professional development really falls upon the individual to seek that dream career that they're looking for. They came up with 5 different strategies for recognizing what this dream career could be. The first one is learning on the fly. And learning on the fly is, very simply put, learning by doing. Willard and Mistick quoted another author, Carol Dweck, which stated this: "Those who believe their potential is fixed based on their genes or heritage, background, Dweck calls is a fixed mindset." Willard and Mistick call upon the reader to break away from this fixed mindset by giving us strategies to work better as an individual. Their second strategy is called Strategies for Being Open. What I think this means is that it expands your thoughts and opinions beyond the surface level. Networking involves communicating with many different people from all backgrounds. Now, creating a network, according to Willard and Mistick, is being able to communicate and work with these individuals that you've made connections with. And it's that difference of knowing how to communicate and how to use these extra resources that makes the network. As Willard and Mistick quoted in their book, "We are more interconnected than we ever thought possible. But sometimes, even with thousands of contacts, there is no one to call. And the way you deal with them gives you balance in your professional development." This is important because it builds in diversity and depth. This allows you to take ventures into many different categories that you might not even think about. This brings us to our first category about being greedy about experience. The essence of the strategy is to focus on your own personal development. The message here is that to appreciate the experiences you have, no matter how unrelated it may seem, how you handle the world as an individual speaks more about your character. The last strategy deals with how to balance forward. The key to success is about how to adapt to the obstacles posed to you while focusing on your professional development. Ignore the negativity and the obstacles you didn't handle well. Instead, learn from them. One strategy that really stood out to me was the strategies for being greedy. I particularly like this strategy, or it resonated with me more because how much I believe in this strategy. I really believe that you have to develop yourself personally and professionally before you can help others. But how I learned isn't going to be the same result for another student. And I spent several years dealing with multiple obstacles and learning from multiple mistakes. But it is through these experiences that help pave the way for how my classes look today. And I think the best way to state this is why Willard and Mistick stated, the best way to future-proof yourself is to be voracious and seeking out as many opportunities as you can. With all of these strategies that are in place, I realized that I need to take steps that are called SMART goals. One of my goals is very specific, and it's that students should receive work-based learning experiences. And how we do this is we create a simulated job environment where each student is responsible for their job. We have a simulated live stream, which does go live, where the students get involved and they work together as a team. Their performance is measured by a list of supplementary tasks that will help me check for understanding. For example, someone who is learning how to use a camera or to use an audio mixer, they should know how to run the essential basic checks. Are the mics working? Is the camera framed right? Is the lights on? And through that repetition and through those procedures, these students start to develop a habit, and they start to really apply what they learned from their previous experience into the next one, which makes the experience all the more relevant. And this is all done so in a timely manner. I mean, they're doing this from the start of class to the end of class. They know within this time frame, something has to get done. So it also teaches them time management and how to really utilize their time wisely. Another SMART goal would be for me personally is becoming more digitally organized. Now, how I would measure this is by creating a portfolio. I'll know that I'm successful with this goal once I'm able to organize all of our assets and annotate and effectively reuse the material and locate the material for future use, with keeping best practices and keeping them organized. giving myself a realistic time frame. I'm giving myself by the end of the school year to do so. So that way I can wrap up all the assignments and get them ready for the next year.